You're live. Ooh, I'm getting like stuck or something. Something's wrong with the internet. And I look white as a goose. Oh, Lord. It's the lighting again. Oh. Wait. Might be a little bit better. Do you think I should try that one? Maybe. Hey, guys, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the lighting right, okay? A little bit better. You guys, we're going to talk about the Murdaugh case, the trial, what happened today and yesterday. Yesterday and today?
Yeah, a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. I'm getting stuck. Internet's not. Yeah, I think that's better. This internet is really acting tonight. It keeps like glitching. Like it's getting stuck. You guys, we're going to talk about the medical examiner tonight. His testimony. We'll be talking about Paul and Maggie and what happened to them. How's everyone doing? Let me know if you can hear me all right. No one's here yet.
Well, we'll talk.
Okay.
What did you think about the attorneys getting upset today and raising their voice and stuff? Do you think they were frustrated?
Oh, yeah. Both of them.
I think
They've been doing this a little bit lately.
yeah, they have.
Well,
Today was really bad. I think that the lead prosecutor, he was the one very upset today.
Right.
You want to just go ahead and start?
Sure. Might as well.
We heard yesterday from the medical examiner, and she was tough. Did you catch a lot of her?
I don't know. Can you refresh my memory?
Yeah, she was she was on the stand for a long time, and she was the one that the attorneys were sparring,
Yes.
and they're trying to outsmart her.
Was she the lady that was a little bit older
Older lady, yeah,
and
she'd
she
been
had the
with,
stick in her hand pointing at
yeah,
the diagram and stuff?
yeah, and she has done over 5,000 uh, autopsies,
Okay.
so she's pretty smart. Um, you know,
She was explaining how their injuries were this way and they could be standing that way and this way and that way. Is
yeah,
that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
the angles.
Yeah.
Did you catch it? The angle of some of the shots uh, to Maggie, the first two shots,
Not too much.
they were
Not
an upward angle.
Oh, yeah. So somebody would have to be on the ground kind of
Makes you
thing.
think they were squatted down or laying on the ground. Um, Very strange. Um, and of course, the first shot to Paul with the shotgun was to the shoulder, and it veered off his shoulder. Um, and no, excuse me, it hit him here, and it come under the arm because it had taken. There's damage to the arm. The
Right.
second one was the other side to the shoulder.
Right.
But the first shot to Paul would not have been fatal. In fact, it would have been a serious injury, but not critical.
Right.
Uh, with Maggie, uh, the first and second shot were
Mhm.
fatal. Um,
Hey.
Neither of them had defensive wounds. Um, they were both shot from at least 3 to 4 foot away. The shooter was from them. They were the way this happened, and I think we'll hit this again later. Is it was almost like they were tortured.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if it was just simply to kill them, you'd have shot them in the head.
Right. Right away. Boom.
And let's keep in mind too, as we think about that, is Alex is an avid hunter
Right.
and a pretty good shooter.
Right. So they were being tortured
They were being
basically.
tortured.
Right.
If Alex did, if Alex did do this, why would he torture Maggie and Paul? He loved them.
That's right. He would have just killed them.
He would have just killed them. He would have had some kind of mercy
Right.
with them. And another theory that we talked about just a few minutes ago
Mhm.
was two shooters.
Right.
And I ask you, if that was your son being shot, the first shot was not fatal, so you knew he was still alive.
I knew.
What would your instinct be?
I would run to him and grab him and try to stop him from being harmed. And I
Right.
would be trying to shelter him,
Right.
protect him, because he's my child.
So that makes you think maybe somebody had a gun on Maggie.
Right.
It's possible.
Right. You're right.
You wanna cover Maureen Proctor, Maggie's sister?
Um.
You want me to
Oh
do
yeah,
it?
yeah. She talked about Paul, and when she talked about Paul, she said that he got a bad image in the media, and everyone wasn't being fair to him. Basically, she was saying that he was a very good kid.
He's
And go ahead.
he's real kind, and
Mhm.
Paul was the one that went and saw his grandparents the most of anybody, and said he was always wanting to help his grandparents, joking around with his grandmother, helping his grandfather, whatever he needed. And the picture that she painted was not only was Paul and Alex really close, but that Alex and Maggie were close.
Right. The family did do everything together. You know, they loved each other and they all did everything.
And now we throw a curve.
Yeah, exactly. Um, oh, she stated after the murders, everyone seemed to be scared except for Alex. So Alex was the only one acting like he wasn't scared, and the whole family was terrified. And that was really weird, right?
This case has had so many twists and turns. Um, we just saw from Friday until today on their survey on Friday of last week, 89% of people believe that he's guilty of murder. Today it was 61%.
Yeah.
So there's been a big difference. There's been, 19% of the people saying, I don't know. Here's the thing that I think we both agree on. We're not sure. If we were on the jury, we wouldn't be convinced yet, either way. Um, but some really weird stuff happened today with Special Agent David Owen.
Yeah. It's a big deal. This is a very big deal what happened.
He testified. Now, there's a grand jury convened to decide whether to issue a warrant for Alex Murdaugh's arrest. He testified in front of a grand jury, and this was part of the things that swayed the grand jury to issue an indictment for murder against Alex Murdaugh. And he said the T-shirt tested positive for blood. He said that family guns were used in the murders. He said there was blood on the raincoat. He said the shotgun was loaded in the same sequence as what the shotgun would have been loaded in that killed Paul. Agent said he was going off reports. He was the lead agent.
A lead agent.
He was the head honcho.
Hmm.
Um, it's pretty strange
Yeah.
that T's weren't crossed and I's weren't dotted.
Oh, the raincoat was not shown to the caregiver until about a week ago.
A week before
Yeah,
the trial.
I'm sorry, a week prior to the trial.
Alex said to the investigator, I thought Maggie was shot first. And he seemed, this was on video, Alex seemed confused about that. Did it? I don't think he'd be confused. But then you get stuff like this. Alex said he left the office at 5 o'clock on the day of the murders. His brother Randy said Alex was still there when he left it at 6. This is just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But then with the GPS on the car, the computer, if Alex did this, he'd have 2 guns to get rid of. They searched, not a thorough search, but they searched along the roadway between Moselle and his parents. They searched waterways there the next day. They, to a certain extent, some of their property and went into their home. Alex had to get rid of the guns. If he did it, his car did not stop, did not turn off. So how to get rid of the weapons?
It doesn't make sense. There's a
And
lot that doesn't make sense in this case to me.
I think there's a couple things that sticks out to me, and that is that Alec Murdaugh is a thief. He's a liar,
Yes.
but they haven't proved to me he's a murderer.
Right.
And another thing that sticks out to me is this sled looked like the Three Stooges investigating these homicides.
Right.
Another point here is they didn't, after they arrived on the scene, it was misting rain and it started raining a little bit more. And for a period of time, the bodies were not covered up. Therefore, uh, the scene was getting contaminated. Evidence was getting destroyed. Um, it just,
That's the thing with this case. It's like things have been so messed up. I believe that they jumped the gun with this case. I believe that they should have waited and prosecuted him after they had more information, more studies, um, more evidence. You know, I feel like the state's not doing a very good job, and it's kind of upsetting.
we're not saying he didn't do it, but we're saying that the evidence is circumstantial. And the question would be, we'll never know, but the question would be if the agent had have had the right information, and we're assuming that's what it was. That's what he said. We got to take him at his word. If he had the right information and hadn't said all these things that were inconclusive, would there ever have been a grand jury indictment against Alec Murdaugh?
No,
Don't
no.
see how. Yeah, he was there. Okay, he was there, according to the Snapchat video. And
But there's also some evidence or something that came out, I'm sorry, that said the video could possibly have been taken another day. Did that come out
well, they never
somewhere?
did. They never did follow up on it. They never did
Okay.
really follow up on it. But it's and the prosecution's almost. And don't get me wrong, I don't like Alec. But the prosecution's almost done with their case. They have very little to go. They'll probably end tomorrow.
Friday, the defense is going to start, they said today.
Yeah, so they'll finish up
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Yep.
So based on the prosecution's case, without even hearing the defense, if this moment I had to vote, I was on a jury and said, you got to vote, I have to honestly say not guilty.
Right.
That doesn't mean that I believe he's innocent. What that means is there's reasonable doubt.
Yeah, there is.
And
And quite a bit to me.
yeah,
And I believe quite a bit because the state jumped the gun.
yeah,
If state wouldn't have hurried up and rushed into it and looked just at Murdaugh, Alex, possibly they could have had a better case. I believe. That's my opinion. Right?
yep. And something that was said today. There's a circle, and the only person inside that circle, the only suspect, was Alec Murdaugh. There was nothing that that in their investigation, according to them, that even was close to getting him out of that circle, and there was no one else in that circle. But he was in that circle from the time he called 911.
Right.
And I know that, next to kin and family and all that is always a first suspect if they're around. But they were so focused. They knew he was a thief. They knew he was a drug addict. They were so focused on proving that he was a murderer that they did such a horrible job building the case.
Yep.
And something too, it's very possible because remember we talked about the mistrial.
You're right.
Um,
Right.
it's very possible that the defense could request a mistrial tomorrow of the inaccurate testimony of the special agent in front of the grand jury.
What was his name again?
Um,
Was it David?
David something. David Owen.
To give testimony in front of a grand jury like that?
Yeah, Special Agent David Owen.
Shouldn't you have first knowledge instead of relying on somebody else's notes?
I would think so. I think you would
I just
verify them, uh, talk to people about them.
and he done none of that.
He said what he said was he took their notes and he did his own um, presentation for the grand jury. I mean, so he did. I don't know.
So he just relied on what everyone else said,
Yeah, when
basically.
he was the man in charge.
Right. Completely wrong.
Any comments? It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. Defense is coming. We'll see what they have for us. It's gonna be good.
It sure will.
Mhm.
That's all we got.
Yep. And you guys know what I've been working on. So yeah. Last night the circus began. So thank you. Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Well, we will talk to you guys soon. I will probably talk to you guys. Oh my goodness, there you are. Why do I feel like he's going to do time, but for the murder's mistrial? I believe the same thing.
He's facing up to 900 years just on the financial scheme.
He just said that Murdaugh is facing 900 years. 900 years?
900 years.
How could somebody do 900 years?
They can't. But that's if you took off the sentence for each one of the offenses.
Oh,
maximum
thank
sentence.
you. You love my makeup. I'm sorry. She just told me she liked my makeup. He left. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, he said 99 years. Murdaugh may do 99 years. That's a long time. That's just for the schemes he did. That's what he's looking at is 99 years. I've been letting it grow for like the last, I don't know, 3 months now. It's growing so slow because I wanted my natural color back. Because I've been blonde for, oh my gosh, I've been blonde since I was, oh gosh, it's been 25 years. Since I was a baby. Oh, it's a crazy, crazy case. It really is, and it's really, really sad. Oh, you like the little pins in my hair? I usually just do that like when I'm doing my makeup, to just get it away from my face, like this. But it's grown out so much, it's like I don't know what to do with it, you know? I mean, I can't figure out a hairdo right now. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this whole case is just it's very sad. He's actually supposedly he allegedly, sorry, um, he murdered his wife and his son. And in my opinion, the DA jumped on the case too soon. And the grand jury indicted him, and a lot of it is circumstantial evidence, and there's been testimony that has been on the stand that the defense has came and squashed completely, and it's very disappointing to me. No, it's not actually life insurance. It's the company he was working for. He was stealing money from them allegedly, and his clients he was taking money from. And yeah, he wasn't giving people the money that they were owed, millions and millions of dollars. There was a lot of fraud involved. Yeah. So what are you guys up to? How was your day? Exactly. We don't know. But what they're saying is they didn't want he didn't want to be exposed for all the fraud that he did, and his wife was about to find out. That's what they're saying. Good. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. For me, that motive right there is just a real big stretch. You know, there's a lot of people that are scammers that do all these things and steal money, but they don't go and murder their families. That's my opinion, you know. Yep, exactly. I mean, they had mentioned to nobody in courts mentioned this, but it was a rumor or something. Supposedly she had her own accountant or something accountant, some kind of accountant. I don't know if that was true or not. Me too. Me too. I mean, you go in and you wash everything. What? That's just weird to me. Why would you wash stuff? Isn't that strange? Yeah, same here. I mean, it's just okay, somebody gets murdered. This family gets murdered, and you go in the house, you wash all the clothes, straighten everything up, clean everything. Is that weird? Or is it just me? Yeah, I just think the whole case has been I mean, I've been kind of bummed out because of this case because I go through and I'm just like, this and this and this happened because the state's up there questioning witnesses and stuff. So I'm like jotting everything down in my brain saying, oh my gosh, this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. Then defense gets in there and boom, crushes every single thing that the state said. So it's like, what was the state not prepared for anything? You know, I just, it's like they're trying to make it look like these things are, I don't know how to explain it. They're trying to make it look like they're not giving full evidence, okay? They're stopping. They're not giving the full story. And that's what really upsets me. Don't play that game. Tell the full truth, right? I just don't think it's fair. If that was me or you, we would want somebody to tell the full truth, right? Not to just shorten it up to what they want it to be, right? I mean, that's not fair. You're going to tell a story, tell the full story. See, that's the problem right there is he was mixed up with drugs, right? Looks like there's two shooters possibly, okay? Where are the guns? Did he have time to get rid of them? Do you think he had time to get rid of the guns? You think he had time to wash up, take a shower? Where's the blood from the bathtub or the shower? Did he take a shower at his mom's house? Where's the blood? Yeah, there does need to be accountability. Yeah. But why was she even in there in the first place? Why weren't SLED in there getting all the evidence they could have got? Where was SLED though? SLED was supposed to be protecting that house because of the evidence, right? There were damp towels, but if somebody just took a shower, wouldn't they be very wet? Wouldn't there be blood on the towels? Couldn't she have seen the blood on the towels? I mean, would she not have stopped herself from washing stuff if she's seen something on them? You go in your closet sometimes and you'll take a shirt out or, you know, we don't know. We don't know. Good question. There's a lot of questions in this case. She sure was. If she's willing to go do that after they were murdered, yeah. And I think that was one of the big problems too, is everybody was so intimidated by him, by his demeanor, by how big he was, by how he talked, by his power. I'm neither way. I mean, I feel like it's a possibility, and then I feel like it's not a possibility. You know, there's like a scale, and I'm like, it's equal, because there's not been enough evidence pointing that he has done it fully. It's looking to me like the state has messed this case up, and that's my opinion. I've been watching it, and I've been watching it pretty close, and yeah, the state jumped at Murdaugh. Grand jury jumped on Murdaugh, but look who was witnessing basically to them. You know, the evidence wasn't what he told the grand jury. It wasn't true. He made notes that weren't accurate. So, yeah, yeah, they are going to confuse the people. But we got two different sides that are trying to confuse the people. It's not just one side. There's something that comes out on this side, and then one side jumps up, and there's more to it. So it's like, which one do you trust? You know, I don't know. I'm torn between it, you know. I mean, yeah, it does look and appear to be that he was there. But can they prove that he's had the gun in his hand that have done has done that to them? I don't know. I'm not convinced yet fully. I really wish the state would do better if it's true that he did it. This is just my opinion from watching what I've seen, you know. Yes, too. And they've allowed the financial stuff to come in here to this murder case, you know, and I'm unsure if that was appropriate. I don't know if that was appropriate or not. And then the meeting on the side of the road, one minute he's not allowing it, and the next minute it's thrown into the faces of the jurors. Then it's open again. They can question about it again. So it's like, what's going on in this case? It's either it allowed or not allowed, you know. And one minute the pill thing's okay, and the next minute it's not. So it's like, what? It kind of reminds me of a circus, y'all, to be honest with you. Yeah, exactly. The justice system. And everybody I was reading today because I was, watching the trial and stuff, and I was reading the comments and stuff. I do this every time I watch it. I'm on a channel and I'm watching it. And I'm watching all the comments fly by. And it's like for the longest time, it's like they're not going by the actual evidence. What they do is just say guilty, 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 guilty. Why? Why aren't you looking into the evidence? If that was me, I would want people looking into the evidence very good instead of just listening to everybody else, you know? And I'm not making the case for Alex, of course not. I'm not saying I believe him or I don't believe him about his family. I know he's a liar. He stole a lot of money. He hurt a lot of people, his best friends, his brother. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about the financial stuff and the fraud. You know, he's a liar. He's possibly a narcissist, you know. But does that mean because you're financially stealing and defrauding people that they can put a gun in your hand automatically? I don't know. Exactly. Yeah. See what my opinion is I just think that the whole state's case has been crap because of their evidence. And I wish that they would have done a thorough job at it, you know. And I feel like they're being kind of sneaky, and that bugs me. I feel like they're not reciprocating everything that's went on and that's going on, and they're trying to slide things past us, and they're not telling the full truth to us. That's what bugs me. Oh, he won't get away with the financial stuff. There's no way in hell. You know it? There's no way. But this is looking possibly like a mistrial. It really is a mistrial because the shady job done. Yeah. If he don't end up getting off. And that's one thing that really bugs me a lot is if somebody murdered their family and they get off because of a shady job that the state does. That bugs me a lot. you know. That means we have a murderer walking around out there. So have you watched a lot of it? Have any of you guys watched a lot of it? What's went on the last couple days? You have. Are you convinced by the state? Are any of you guys convinced by the state that Alex did it? Yeah. It's a hard thing because somebody may possibly spend the rest of their life in prison for this. You know, you need to have your shit straight before you take them to trial, right? Yeah, y'all please like and subscribe. Thanks for being here. You know, to be honest with you, I wish the investigators would have did a better job. If they would have, this case could possibly have the state could have possibly done better. The bodies got rained on. It was raining that night. They didn't cover the bodies up for a while. Why would you not cover the bodies if it's raining? That doesn't make sense. Evidence is being washed off. I don't know anything about the town that they were in. Maybe the town was so small that they weren't used to those kind of things going on there. Yeah, it's very sad. Very sad. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason why the evidence isn't that clear, is because not that clear, but there wasn't a lot of evidence that was um, collected, and everything wasn't secured or like the house. That really bugs me that people were in there, you know. I would think that a house where something like that just happened, that it should be secured and nobody should be able to go in for a very long time. That's just my opinion. I'm not an investigator. I'm not an investigator's boss or anything like that, but I just think that's really weird. There were friends that were there, family that were there. I don't know. This whole case has just got me like baffled, you know? I mean, I was set like yesterday, I was like, I was like, he did it, he did it, he did it, you know? And then today, again, it's like, oh, state screwed up again today, you know? You're right. You're right. And, I heard not, I've discussed it before here recently about the cartel thing. Okay. If somebody gets involved with somebody that's um, a drug trafficker, thousands and thousands of dollars in drugs, that might possibly cause some problems for people and families, right? If you owe people money for drugs, you rip people off, is it not a possibility that they may come and do something and do something in front of your face to torture you, possibly torture your family? That's just like a little bitty tiny thing that's in my head saying it could be. I don't, you know, why were there two guns? Why were the guns loaded in the way that they were loaded that was testified to today? Did you guys hear that? We'll probably talk about that a little more tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, guys. I'm gonna rest up a little bit. She may be live here in a little while. She went to the hospital and stuff, so wherever she went to, she said she was gonna give an update. So I may be up until 3 o'clock again. Um, I will see you guys soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.